past 2 years, Donald Trump and Republicans have failed again and again and again at getting rid of Obamacare. Most recently, they finally gutted the program with nothing to replace it by chipping away at its funding. Despite what a bunch of millionaires on Fox News and in the government keep screaming in our faces, people do want healthcare, even if they can't afford it. But Republicans don't really care about your healthcare. I'm Julia Nieto, and this is how you're getting f***ed on healthcare. You'd think they'd get the hint by now. People don't just want affordable healthcare, they need it and they know it. Obamacare, officially known as the Affordable Care Act, or ACA, hit its highest favorability rating after Republicans failed twice to destroy it in Congress. For one thing, it protects people with pre-existing conditions. That means if you have cancer or diabetes or a number of other medical issues you didn't ask for, you can't be denied coverage. To get insurance companies to cover the people who needed the most care, the ACA introduced the individual mandate, meaning everybody would be required to purchase insurance to keep prices reasonable, which is literally how all insurance works. As a result, the number of people without insurance went from 48 million to 28 million in a few short years. We should be trying to get that number closer to zero, but for some reason, Republicans are hell-bent on making health insurance a luxury that most people can't afford, and to be honest, it seems like they want poor people to get sick and die. After their healthcare defeat, Republicans slinked back to their lair and focused on the one thing they really care about: disproportionately huge tax cuts for the oligarch class and corporations that fund their campaigns. But they also used the tax bill to f*** up healthcare. They made the individual mandate unenforceable starting in 2019. Combine this with Trump's attempts to sabotage Obamacare by shortening the enrollment period, slashing funding for advertising, and declaring that the government would no longer help low-income healthcare recipients. Already, 3 million more people are uninsured today than before Trump took office. Insurance companies have started pulling out of government health exchanges, causing other companies to raise their prices. Trump and his team are intentionally making federal healthcare policy fail so they can point to it and say, "See, it doesn't work because we ruined it. Now buy crazy overpriced insurance from the companies that gave us the money to do it in the first place." Of course, now we have even more real problems that need to be addressed. More than 20 million people have no insurance even before Republicans ruined the ACA. We pay more for healthcare per person than any other industrialized nation, yet have worse outcomes and shorter lifespans. We have a crazy high infant mortality rate and even a higher rate of medically preventable deaths, which would only make sense if it were medieval times and nobody learned about washing their hands or sterilization. But we know about those things, and people are still dying because they can't afford care. So, can we make things better? Absolutely. First of all, it's f***ed up to force people to choose between insurmountable debt or getting medical care. Second, making sure everybody can afford doctor's visits goes a long way towards preventing major health problems, which saves lives and money in both the short term and long term. And 3, making sure that every sick person can afford treatment will reduce the spread of disease in the general population, which is better for all of us. Somehow, other countries figured out how to provide affordable healthcare to everyone, so we know it's possible. But when it comes to Republicans, anything and anyone is for sale, and it's making all of us sick and broke. So what can you do? Well, besides donating to the hundreds, if not thousands, of GoFundMe accounts asking for help due to medical debt, which is yet another sign of the destruction of our country, we can vote to get these heartless idiots out of Congress and far away from making plans about your medical health. So this November, go out and vote against anyone who voted against the ACA. Your vote matters more now than it ever has in your entire life, so go use it. Thanks for watching this episode of Prompt. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more episodes just like this, and we'll see you next time.